Hello, and welcome to InterSystems Virtual Summit. Today, we'll be presenting Unified Care Record New and Next. My name is Sebastian Musielak. I'm the product manager of the HealthShare operations team. I'll be here with my colleague, Melanie Davies, who's the product manager of the Unified Care Record. Today, we'll be going over some of the updates for the HealthShare operations team for HealthShare 2021.2. Melanie will be going over some of the new features in Unified Care Record 2021.2, and we'll be then going over some of the 2022 roadmap features. Let's get started. The first item I'd like to discuss is the expansion and updates to the new security model. The new security model was initially released in 2020.1 with limited features and customizability and was only supported for HealthShare administrators using the HealthShare management portal pages. The new security model is based on OAuth 2.0 and the OpenID specification. It provides single sign-on between separate instances of HealthShare, and in the last release, 2021.1, supported customization for the login page. Here's an example of what a custom login page might look like in 2021.1 or in this release. Every piece of optional text content here can be modified to suit the needs of the organization, including logos, welcome message, server downtime message, technical support message, legal notice fields. In addition, custom style sheets can be uploaded to modify the layout, colors, and/or fonts displayed. All this can be done without having to recompile the application. Now let's talk about what's new in HealthShare 2021.2. The new security model has been expanded to support clinicians, caregivers, and other end users. The new security model is now used by the navigation application, the clinical viewer, care community, the entirety of the IRIS and HealthShare management portals, and is ready for future applications of HealthShare. In addition, we've made some updates and enhancements to the new security model and universal login application, including the addition of a basic login page for use in non-production environments, as well as support for user-driven updates to expired or forgotten passwords. I'd like to discuss the adoption of InterSystems IRIS 2021.1, the latest and greatest extended maintenance release of IRIS. This version of IRIS gives us enhancements to analytics, interoperability, security, and operations. Please take a look at the Unified Care Record release notes for a full list of the IRIS 2021.1 features and enhancements that can be used in Unified Care Record. Now I'll give it to Melanie to talk about what's new in Unified Care Record.
Thank you, Sebastian. So I wanted to start off with describing the vision for the Unified Care Record as we use it to guide our strategy and inform our priorities. We're really focused on the data itself. We want to provide a complete and organized record of your healthcare data. So having a wide breadth of the types of data that we support, and then the depth of the detail of that data. And we want to deliver up that data to the right consumer at the right time and as efficiently as possible. Our goal here is to empower you to get the maximum value out of your data so you can deliver care and support patients in innovative and impactful ways. So in 2021, a major focus of our work has been on supporting the use cases for our payer customers. I'll begin with talking about the payer-to-payer data exchange work. This is in continued support of the CMS 9115F rule. Last year, we supported the patient access API part of that rule, and we're thrilled with the success that our customers have had in implementing that. The payer-to-payer part of this rule mandates the payers need to exchange clinical data when requested by their members. Originally, this had an enforcement date of January 1st, 2022. That has since been relaxed by CMS, but we've kept pushing forward to make sure that our customers can be ahead of the curve on this. Now, the CMS rule says that this exchange must occur via electronic transport and that the data must be incorporated into the patient record. And of course, this is exactly what the Unified Care Record is designed for, and we could already support this in a variety of ways. What we focused our attention on through enhancements was to support the Da Vinci PDEX implementation guide through FHIR, since this is shaken out to be the preferred industry best practice. PDEX builds on the work that we have done for the Patient Access API, as it encompasses the US core profiles and adds on top of them. So here's the list of those profiles, those that are underlined or new or enhanced this year. I encourage you to pause here if you'd like to read them all. Returning back to this diagram, I wanted to highlight the left side here, which shows FHIR ingestion into UCR. We have created an edge gateway for the FHIR payer-to-payer use case. It has a REST service, which ingests a FHIR search set bundle, and then uses our FHIR to SDA transforms to store that data as SDA. I do want to caution here that this is not an all-purpose FHIR edge gateway. It's built specifically for the payer-to-payer use case, and it does require some special considerations, which we will have outlined in our documentation. Outside of the payer-to-payer use case, we've also enhanced our representation of claims data. Last year, we added explanation of benefits data with almost 100 new properties, but we left our medical claim classes as is. Now, in 2021, we've enhanced them to be on par with the explanation of benefits, and we've added representation of pharmacy claims. So here is where we stood in 2020. The member enrollment, medical explanation of benefit, and pharmacy explanation of benefits being mapped to their FHIR counterparts following the Karen through Blue Button implementation guide. And here is where we've added and enhanced in 2021, with both the medical claim and pharmacy claim classes being mapped to the base FHIR claim and claim response resources. We've also greatly enhanced our X12 support. We can support new transactions and are using the latest and greatest InterSystems DTL tools, making it easier for you to view these transforms and customize them if needed. We now map hundreds of elements across the 834 benefit enrollment, 837P and APP professional and post-adjudicated professional claims, and 837I and API institutional and post-adjudicated institutional claims. So that covers the high points of those data-related enhancements, which focus on payers and payment use cases. But we, of course, have had a variety of enhancements across all sorts of use cases. I'm going to just touch on one of those here, but I do encourage you to review our release notes for the full list of everything new. So we've enhanced our expire and query edge gateways to have a purge mechanism. Data in an expire and query edge expires after a set period of time, and then subsequent requests of that data will prompt a new query to the data source. If the data source fails to respond, we'll return that expired data so that you at least have something to go off of. But we've heard from our customers that after a certain point, they don't want that data returned, and they don't need to hold on to it. So you can now set a time period after which the expired data will be deleted from the UCR. So you could, for example, configure your system to expire data after 24 hours and then delete that expired data a week following. As always, our goal here is to give you control over how you manage your data. So Sebastian and I have covered the highlights of our enhancements in the past year. What do we have coming next? So hopefully from this presentation, you've seen that our healthcare data model is one of our pride and joys within HealthShare. We're constantly enhancing it to capture that breadth and depth of data that I talked about. Now, to date, the healthcare data model has been patient-centric. Everything links into a specific patient, their encounters, their lab results, or diagnoses. What we want to expand is to data that's not linked to a particular patient, but has an impact on care delivery and outcomes. For example, you could think about a data set that contains social determinant information by zip code, which could be food scarcity, transportation access, crime, or income data. We see a lot of potential through incorporating this type of data throughout HealthShare, supplementing your data and enabling you to get even more value out of it. Next, we want to work on easier, more rapid expansion of the healthcare data model. We've always been proud of the extensibility of their data model, and now we want to take it to the next level. Our long-term goal is that you'll no longer need to be a developer and write code in order to customize the data model. You'll have tools to better visualize and understand the data model, better empowering your analysts and non-technical users to interact with it. Finally, another major focus of 2022 will be around terminology. We hear frequently that terminology management and translation is a real challenge to our customers, and we want to provide more robust, performant, easy-to-use tools to meet those needs. And among our HealthShare products, we also have a lot of needs for terminologies and ontologies. You can imagine better groupings of like items in the clinical viewer, or using curated value sets in Health Insight or extended decision support. To support these varied use cases, we're partnering with a terminology vendor who will provide really high quality code sets, mappings, and ontologies for us to use. So we've reviewed the changes that we've made in 2021 and what we're aiming to accomplish in 2022. We hope what you take away from this presentation is our commitment to providing you with the tools that you need to accomplish your goals within HealthShare and to achieve the maximum value out of your data. Through next steps, we encourage you to attend other HealthShare product new and next sessions to hear about excellent advancements across our entire product suite. And we've highlighted a couple of other focus sessions that may be of particular interest to you. We also really recommend our Experience Lab through Extended Decision Support, which is a really exciting and innovative new HealthShare offering. You can connect with us via email or LinkedIn. Our information is here on the screen. And on behalf of Sebastian and myself, we would like to thank you for listening today.